Our next sport we're going to take a look at is Galahad. Today we have team members Joshua Duffy and Logan Henderson. Thanks for being here with us, guys.
It's a pleasure.
So how do you win and lose points in Galahad?
We work on a 2-point system, so essentially your torso and midsection are worth 2 points, and your arms and your legs are worth 1 point each. So for example, if you get struck directly in the torso, you're dead, but if you get hit in your arm, you lose function in that arm, and if you lose a leg or an arm after that, then you're considered dead as well.
Oh wow, so how do you win?
You basically reduce your opponent to 0 of those points, so thereby defeating them.
Okay, how many people play at a time?
It really just varies on the amount of people that are at the event or a practice. For our practices, we usually have about 4v4s or 4 people versus 4. But at events, they can get as big as like hundreds of people on each side.
Cool. So how many people do you guys have on your team right now?
Our active roster is 15 members.
Nice. Where do you guys practice?
We practice at either 731 South Plymouth in the fitness center, or we practice in summertime, or in summer warmer climes. It's down at Grant Park along Michigan Avenue, closer to Roosevelt by the walking statues.
Okay, is that where you also have your games?
Yeah, if the season's there. Though occasionally for our games we have to go outside the city to different areas in Illinois.
Okay. How can someone join the team?
Just walk up and ask us.
Yeah.
Usually
Come to a practice.
Yeah, we'll consider you an active member after your first couple practices.
Okay, cool. Well, we have some footage of one of your practices, so let's go ahead and check that out.
Grab the shield.
My fight name is Io. I saw a bunch of people at convocation when I was a freshman hitting each other with foam swords. I was like, wow, that looks like a great way to bond with my new friends that I just met. And I'm still here 2 years later. It's different. I'm not going to find it anywhere else. It's very empowering. It's a great community. It's interesting how quickly the sport can be picked up. Also, you can participate in something that's still growing. Bellegarth is only about 30 years old. The rule book is not very long because we haven't gotten that far. It's still a growing and developing thing that you can take part in, and you can take part in here. And if you think that it should be changed, you have a vote, which I think is pretty cool.
Okay, can you guys explain what kind of equipment we have here?
Sure. What you have is your standard sword. So your sword's striking surface is considered this part of the blade, not this flat part of the blade, and your stab tip. A weapon with a stab tip will be indicated with like green tape towards the pommel. And the weapon I'm holding is a bat. Now the only difference between a bat and a sword is just every part of the bat's a striking surface. Well, every part of the foam is a striking surface.
Right.
And then we have a red weapon.
Which is basically just a larger sword with special properties that allow it to go through armor and break shields after a couple of hits.
Cool. What about what you guys are wearing? Do you have to wear that?
Garb requirements are usually specific kind of to the person, but events do have minimum garb requirements. For example, Josh is wearing, what would you call these?
Capris.
And just a regular t-shirt along with a tabard. This would be your base minimum for garb requirement, and then I just kind of have on what I like. And armor does need to get checked through the event just to make sure people aren't hurt, because you can't really have full body metal armor in one of these events because something's going to go wrong.
It's just they got to be checked still.
Yeah.
Did you want to demonstrate kind of the basic way you usually hit someone?
Sure. Usually your basic hits are going to be consistent between strikes and then, or a chop, or a side swipe. And you're generally going to want to aim towards somebody's shoulder, or towards their arm, towards their torso midsection, or their leg. And usually you'll utilize shots to kind of open up your opponent's guard to make sure you can get in there and get the kill.
Right. So you guys want to demonstrate kind of how a fight would usually go?
Sure.
Usually how we'll start our fight is that we'll just tap weapons at the beginning, and that just signifies we're about to start. Otherwise, this is how it usually goes. Since we're kind of in a confined area, I can't really drop to a knee that fast, but basically what he did is he struck my leg, I lost my leg, and he hit my leg again before I could go down, which would consider me dead.
Oh, that's cool. So thank you guys so much for being here once again.
No problem.
We have another great sport coming up next, so stay tuned to check it out.